In this video, we will take a look into Archbee.io. I will explain you what it is and what are the use cases for it, and I will be also showing a live demonstration on how you can use this tool. Okay, now let's get started. Hi, I'm Alston. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you know that this tool is currently on lifetime deal, which means you can get this tool for a single one-time price. To check more details on it, you can click on the link on the description. It will give you more details on information on it. And also you just note that link is in a referral link, which means if you decided to make a purchase through that link, I will get a small affiliate commission, but it does not affect the selling price or the explanation of this tool and review while I'm creating this video. Okay, now let's get into the video. First, what is Archbee.io? Archbee.io is a fully fledged tool to manage content and documents inside an online workspace. It's not a fully entire project management system or a company management system with customer relations, CRM or invoicing, not like that. This tool is fully focused on managing your document and contents in whatever the capacity you want. So you can be wondering what kind of use cases this tool can have. So essentially this tool have four main use cases according to my view. First, it's called Team Wiki. What it means is we can use this tool to manage communication, document and onboarding processes inside our company to our employees. For example, we can have an onboard process with documentation to get a new employee easily integrated into our company, or we can use this tool as a communication procedure where we track and communicate effectively within our own organization to have a centralized information hub. The second type, you can use it as a knowledge base or a documentation. For example, if you're either a digital company or a company which sells local products, it is necessary to have a centralized documentation or help section where you need to explain the basic functionality of your procedures, product and how to use it. Otherwise, what happens is sometimes the customer get stuck on something or they don't understand how to use your product effectively. You might lose the customer. In that case, you having a centralized app with all the information like videos, text, data, images, all these things, you need to make it in a single place which is easy to find and navigate. Most of the time company have problem where they have all these resources, but the problem is it is not on a centralized resource place. They will have some on their YouTube channel, they will have some on their Trello public board, and they will have some on their fake page. So a customer, if they are unable to find your resources, essentially it's like you won't be having any resources at all. So we can use a tool like this to create a centralized information hub for your customers to easily understand and use your product. And third, you can use it as a project documentation. What it means is it's either can be a digital company or working on a project based company. You can be a project based company where you need to keep on tracking from the start of the project to the end deliverability of the project. You need to track all the progress towards that, all the milestones, all the requirements are achieved or not, all the feedback gathering, all these things. You need a centralized content tool where you will be able to track all this, and at the same time you can also do the communication, chatting and file syncing option, real-time editability and also revisions. All these features are needed to make it an effective communication and content management tool. That way this tool also can be used. And finally, it is a most common way for a one-man businesses. For example, you don't belong in a company or organization, you don't have a team to work with it, but you are just a freelancer or a one-man army where you do all the work for yourself. In that case, you would need an effective documentation tool where it makes your life much easier. If I have to compare some current tools on the market, I can compare it to something like Notion or Bandcamp. I'm not sure about others, but some similar to Notion, where you need to keep track of everything what you are doing now. But Notion is available on a monthly charge, where this is currently on a lifetime deal, so you can get it for one-time price. You can track of your project, what you are doing, what to-do list, and your personal notes. So it will be essentially like a note taking up, but with much more advanced functionalities. So those are the main use cases of it. Now let me directly go into their website, and I'll jump into the demonstration of section of this video where I'll try to show all the main functionalities of this. Now let me go into the dashboard. You can see the dashboard is divided into three main sections. The first section at the dark panel, which is the navigational panel to navigate under different sections, and it also gives us the full control over your account and privileges everything. The second section is for the navigation for documents. You can manage multiple documents. Any editation management of the documents can be performed here. And the final third tab, which is the biggest one, it's purely for text editor, editing your document, adding new content to your document. All the editorial functions of the document is allocated here. Now before we go into this, I'll explain you the section one by one so you can get an idea. First, the thing is, there is a search to search everything here. This particular what I have created is Maximum. This is what we called as a project base. What it means is, let's say for example, you can consider project base as one brand. For example, if you're managing two brands, then you would ideally need to get two project bases, which means you need to stack another code to get an extra project base, because whatever the files or document subfolders you have, everything will be associated with that particular brand. So it will be like root subfolders, and inside the subfolder it will have all the necessary files. So basically project base equal to a brand or root folder. If you are just using it for one company or for your own personal, you would be completely fine with having one project base and creating all these documents. You can also have multiple company files inside one project base, but management will be becoming really difficult because you won't know which document suits for which brand and color optimization, all these headaches. So essentially my guidance, consider as one project base to one brand and you will be good to go. Okay, so here you can see I have created a project base called Maximum. That is my digital marketing company, so that is the brand name. And below that I can have so many so many document spaces. What means these are subfolders under this company, and these subfolders I can categorize according to the documents or the process we have. For example, we have for employer onboarding, and this is a folder to help documents relating to the onboarding of employee, and we have something for SEO, the process templates, all these things. So we can have so many document spaces. I think currently it's unlimited, so you can have hundreds of these according to the way you want. Now let me just quickly create a document space for this video sake. Example, and click create. You can see I have created a new document space. Inside this document space, which is a root subfolder, you can have multiple documents to use effectively. For example, either you can create a new document or import a new document from your computer. They have a couple of options, whether it's a markup based document or a Word document, you can do that. Or you can use all these templates which they have given here You can see they have several of these marketing project. If you click any of it, it will show you a preview. It's not yet imported, it's just showing the preview where it has automatically created all these markup and created a project structure and everything. So you can use this if you want. You can just, for a sake of it, let me check another template also. You can see they have already given all this checklist and everything. So like that, they have some project templates also available. If you want any of these templates, just you need to do is click on use template. Now you can see that project proposal has been created and it was automatically put into the folder of called example. So now we can do all the edits we want from here, project template, and if you click here, you can see everything gets updated in real time. So one way is to use the templates to create a project. Another way you can do is without having any templated, you can do everything from scratch. All you need to do is click on your document. Now you can do everything from scratch. Sample doc. Okay, you can see these things here. Okay, now before I go into the editing or publishing of these documents and folders, before I go into that, now just quickly go over some other features so I can get those out of the way and I can primarily focus on the core functionality of the tool. First, this templates, it shows all the templates available. We can create and store the templates we want. We can also create a new template especially made for us. We can do that from here. You can make a template and save it, and using this you can export it. And there's also archive section in case if you don't want any document to be not to deleted, but you want to use it on a later date, then you can simply archive it and click on OK. Then it will get deleted from get archived from there and be stored under here. So you can use it under the later purpose to get moved back with another space. And also you can use if you have created a document in one place, and if you want to move it into another document, you can move from here. And if you click on here, it will ask you to which space you want to move, and you can move back and forth. And also there's another thing where if you want to make a duplicate of it, you can do that and it will create a clone. And also there is an hierarchy here where you can create a parent element with child nodes, child document. This is basically like having a main page, and inside that you can also have sub pages. So you can do that here. And here also you can for visual purposes you can toggle on and off. Here you can, if you click clone with the parent sub pages inside it, when you click clone, it will only duplicate the root element. But if you want to get clone duplicate all the files inside this section, then you need to click on the clone with children. Then it will make a duplicate of entire element. So those functionalities are available. Also deleting option is available. You can create a child node from directly from here. So all these things are available, editing option. And let me quickly show you the other option. Here team activity, it will show you all the activities done by your team or your particular member. It shows everything done, so you can load more activity to see more information on that. I don't have other activities right now, that's why it's not showing other empty, but it is easy to keep a revision on change log on what is happening. You can invite other team members from here. You can see it's asked if we have multiple workspaces as we have been adding here, then we can select the workspace we want to work with. From there we can create invite team members, and we can assign various groups according to the privileges they need to edit the system. You can create administrator group, or you can even create custom group with rules which you associated customly with special needs. So you can create a separate group. You want them to able to access only one document space, and you want to have a group just viewing capacity where you can show it to customers where they don't edit, they can view all these things. Privileges can be set from the team, and these are payment, and this is a feature where if you have multiple brands, multiple project spaces, you can use this to easily navigate usually navigate between the brands. You can do that. Project spaces, you can do that. So those are the things. Now let me go into the editing section so I can show you the how you can edit the document for your need. For example, I'll try to do with a scratch document so I can show everything on how it's done, so you can understand, rather using a template. So without having a pre-built stuff, I'll do it everything on own. You can give a title. The best thing about this tool is you don't need to know any coding, even an HTML or anything. You don't need to do it. Everything is almost like visual. So if you are a non-technical person, or if you are planning to use this tool with your customers or your employees who might not have fully technical knowledge, even for example, if you want to do a WordPress editing, you would need some kind of advanced knowledge, especially if you want to create a table, all this stuff. Likewise, here you don't need any technical knowledge because everything is visual to be easily starting on. You'll be able to start using it as soon as you discover this platform. That's the thing. So you can give a title 1 video. You can do any of this. There are a couple of things. One, here this is what we call the focus mode. If you want to focus only on working content, you don't want any distractions on here, just click on here and it will only try to now show the document so you can work without any distraction. And here it will show all the profile features of all the individual who have access to this document, who have made changes, who have contributed to this document. It will show all these details here. And here you can see the difference between the focus and read mode is, here with the focus mode on, you will be able to still edit, add content, all these things are possible. But when you make it as a read mode, the editing function completely gets disappeared. So you can see the preview of what you are working so far, how it will be actually viewing to when it's all done, without even leaving the space. So you can toggle the read mode off and on by clicking on whether you want to read the document or edit it. Then when I click edit document, now the section will contain all the editing capabilities and everything. The chat is another cool function. If you have invited other members individuals into this document space, now you can use this to chat with them. You can say this is message, and obviously no one received this now because only I am editing this document. But let's say for example you have other individuals also working inside this project, but then they can chat with us, so we can discuss on what we need to do, what are the changes, all these things. We can eliminate email communication or messaging. We can do it from here. So those are the main functionalities on this navigation panel. You can also have some other functionality, like this is just document info, just basic details, and you can invite a member to this project from here. Sharing options, tagging, you can do that from here as well. Revision, it will show you the revisions of the file. Table of content, let's say for example you have so much heading and everything, you need to see the structure of the document. Just click on the table of content and it will show the entire sections table of content here. If you click it again, it will make it disappear. Export markdown, you want to export, it gives us various styling option and information on how you want to export it. You can do it here. So that is the top panel. The second one, it gives us the main important sections from on year to year. So you can share, or you can make tags for this document. Let's say, for example, you can create new tag and it will automatically tag these things. And you can also subscribe. It's like get notified on this project. You want closely monitor, you can subscribe to this. You can do that, and that main titles goes on here, and it just shows the estimated read time and everything. This is where you are this particular line is what you need to have to add content inside this document. For example, if you just want to add a simple text, you need to just do this and enter. It's done, everything. You can go back and edit, everything is done. But it also gives us other formatting option, like you can insert bullet list, you can do that, or you can do numbered list 1, 2. You can do all those stuff. And you can also have checkbox. You can see, let me click on it, check. You can do that. And there is a table. If you want to add a table, you can do column 1, column 2. You can do that. Add rows. You can see we can, if we want to move these things also, we can do it here. Let's say, for example, if I want to move, you can see I can move it actually. And also there is an option to add message inside this doc, so I can talk about this table and everything. Let me close that. Let me go into the edit section. Now I can do that. And if I want to add a new row, just click on enter. It will keep on adding the row content similarly with the content. And then if you want to add multitasker, this is something like an easy to do list, something like the progress. You can do this. It creates a 3-column table like this with easy to add options. That you can embed a picture here directly, and you can embed a video. And this is for some developer and coders, where they can insert a code snippet if they want. So this is especially will be suitable if you are working on digital products. You need this for an advanced capability, then you can do that. And it also has some more development coding function suitable for the developer. Personally, I have not used any of this. This is good. You can create change logs on what are the features added and not. You can do that. Let me create this one. And you can also ask world map. This is to mark and locations inside your document. You can do that from here. You can see, you can do that. And this is just a divider. Basically, it gives us all the necessary functionalities to create an interactive document. That's the important one. And you can see I just used enter key in my keyboard, and I just visually clicked on it without using any HTML or any coding specification, all these things. That's how easy it is to get started using it. Even to embed a video, all you need to do is click on the video section. And sorry, you forgot to mention that you can't upload any videos into the platform. If you want to embed a video, you just give the URL of a YouTube or Vimeo link, and it will embed that video like that. It also gives us the option to use an image URL to embed inside the document, or you can upload the image. Only for the YouTube videos it has the restriction. Okay, now that is how the things is done. And if before we go into the publishing, if we want to just preview it without editing capability, just click on read. Now you can see not editable. Everything is like a static, how it will be seen to the viewer. It's showing. If I want, I can't make any edit here. That's the main thing. So we can do that, and also you don't need to save any of this. All these things are get automatically saved. So you won't lose progress. You don't need to keep on remembering to save changes before exiting. All these stuffs are saved automatically. So that is how we edit this stuff. So if we want to now publish it, you can go here and click on the folder. You can control the publishing settings for each subfolder. That is the great part. And you can see we can give a space name here, and it's asking whether should I want to make the space public or not. What it means is, if I don't make it as public, only the invited members which we did only will be able to access according to their privileges. But if you make it public, anyone with this link, and if you set password with the password, will be able to access the workspace, that's document space. So let me click on make it public, and it is asking for the other option. If you want any other options, you can do this. This is the URL where public can view this. So you can copy it and you can use it to check it. Before we go into the public section, there's also option to, you can see we can control this members privileges for this document space. From here we can see whether we want to have read, write ability, we can add a permission. All these things are possible. And public UI, if I want to have a different title, different logo, different color and everything, you can establish here. You can change logo here, add different color here. You can do all these things, and this is what we call as a navigation link for the document space. Let's say, for example, you want to give other linking to the various other section or other resources relating to your service or documents. You can do that here. For example, if you want to have a contact link, then you can do it. I don't have one. Yep, I can give this. Let me give a contact link, and I can do that. If I want to have another one for a submit deal, I can do that, and click on add link, and you can have a navigation now. That's what it is. And this is security. It's asking on how you want to make the document accessible, whether it's no password or subscriptions. All these things are available from here. Click on that. I just set it none, and here this, if you don't want this particular public URL, instead you want to have something associated with your own domain name, then you can use this to set up a custom CNAME, and the instructions are shown here, and based on that it will reflect the public URL and you can change it. So custom CNAME options also available here. Here you have couple of integrations. One, you can either use connect to Google Analytics, where you can use this Google Analytics to track the analytics on how the visitors engage with your documents, what they are reading, all this good stuff. You can track it with Google Analytics. And also, if you want to have the chatting or the support function directly embedded into this document spaces, you can give the intercom ID as well. So those things. And I almost forgot before moving on. Sorry, I forgot it. Thank God I remembered it. I wanted to show you another great functionality here. Here, let me see which one is this one. This is another cool feature. I almost missed it. What it is, it just does not only gives us tables options or anything, it also gives us the option to create diagrams within our editorial section. For example, I can insert a box. Let me see, I can drag and drop, I can edit it. Oh, sorry, I need to go here, main screen, and I can create all these things. And also, if you click on the search, you can now search for hundreds of SaaS service APIs and everything. For example, let me go and search mail. You can see all the options are automatically shown. If I click here, it automatically drags here, so I can link it here, and I can see I can make it linkable to here. And from MailChimp, if I want to go to and says I will save the data to a database and I want to visually show to the user, then I can create a now I can select whatever that I want, and I can make a diagram. So you can see how easily I can create visual diagrams also with this. You can see all these features available. The text option is available to write down a text. Let me say process of saving email leads. We can do this. All these things are possible. So I've almost forgot this option. This is one of the most important feature inside this editorial section. So we can do that also. Okay, now let me show you the published version on how it will look like. Now let me go here and grab that particular public URL. Since I have not done any CNAME capability, I won't be able to do that. So instead I can show you the basic one. You can see this is what it looks like, the documentation. You can see this is where the title, if we have entered a logo, it will show here. It will show you the various documents here, and this is a navigation section which I created. If you can remember, you can click on any of it and it will take to that link. If you have embedded a chat form, it will show here, and you can see it automatically shows all these details and everything. You can see how nicely it looks. And you can also see here since I didn't paste any link, it's showing the edit section. It's a possible bug. It should not show this at all. But if you have inserted a document here, the video or image, it will show the video and image instead of this. And you can see the diagram, how it actually looks like and everything. You can't make any edits, but you can see everything is visually how it nicely looks. Okay, that's it for the demonstration. Now I think I have covered almost all the main functionality. In case if I missed something, I will make an update on the video, and inside this review post and Aspire, I will find out while I'm doing the editing section, then I will do it. So if you are interested in this, you can get it by clicking on the link on the video description, and by clicking on the get lifetime deal from here, you will be able to get the deal. So if you have any questions on this, on how to use these things, please let me know and I will be able to help you. And also, once again, thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you guys in another great video. Thank you.